An interview with my figure? How am I going to do that?
As you have seen from that very real reenactment, I have a problem. I need to do an interview with a figure that I had chosen. Now I know what you're probably thinking, Elliot, you bloody idiot, just email the guy. If he says no, just send that to university, say you can't do the project. Here's the thing though. My figure is Friedrich Nietzsche, and he's kind of dead. So that's not really an option. But not to worry, I have a plan.
So the plan is actually quite simple. You see, Friedrich Nietzsche's body was obviously buried in the grave, and thanks to very rigorous research, I have ascertained the exact location of his body. It's in Lützen, Germany, around here. So, here's how the plan will go. Several train trips later, I'll be in Lützen. Then, in the dead of the night, I'll go to the gravesite and start digging. What could possibly go wrong? Hey!
Hey, where am I?
Wait, you can talk?
Did you not steal my skull to interview me?
Wait, why do you sound like that?
Like what?
Like a text-to-speech bot.
Can you prove this is not how I sounded like?
Well, no, but that's besides the point. How do you know I wanted to interview you?
You were mumbling it the whole way back. Anyway, if you plan to interview me, what would you have done if I couldn't speak?
Nothing. You up for the interview?
No.
So, Nietzsche, thank you for coming on to do this interview. It was really kind of you. So, I'm here to interview about my project, and as I've shown to you during the cut there, it's a project of posters about different worldviews, a comparison of worldviews, actually. So I'm very interested to know, what do you think? Do you think I presented your views accurately? Would you say that it was a fair representation of your views?
Yes, well, it was not a terrible job. However, there is only so much that can be done with one image, yes? Certainly, it would have been preferable if you had been able to articulate the nuances of the view. For example, in your poster, several people can be seen being trampled on and pushed off. However, the will to power isn't necessarily about pushing your way to power at the expense of others. It certainly can include that, but even acts of compassion may be will to power. However, overall, the image of people striving for power can be understood as a surface-level representation of the view.
Alright, so that's some interesting feedback. Yeah, thank you very much for that, by the way. Yeah, it's certainly, as you said, it's very hard to try to capture the nuances of different ideas and philosophies in just one image. Well, let's move on. So, I'm curious to know, what exactly did you like the most about the posters?
I thought that it was quite nice that you had placed me in the position of power for the will to power poster. Though I do wonder if my life bears testament to that. I did quite like the symbolism of the posters, and I think that they are a decent representations of the views you attempted to present. After all, the will to power poster was the only one where people actually strive to be more. And what better vision of reality is there?
That's interesting. What do you think the posters did best?
I think that the best USA of this poster set is to make people curious about philosophical worldviews. I do hope it will make them interested in studying the history of ideas more, and certainly my own work.
Yes, well, you are certainly a very interesting read. Okay, well, let's move on then. So, what do you think were the poster's, biggest flaws?
As I mentioned earlier, these images weren't able to articulate the nuances of each view perfectly, and in different ways, it could make certain worldviews more appealing. I find that Christian view and the modern view detestable, but the posters make them seem a lot more pleasant than my own view. perhaps that's a little of your will to power manifesting, boy. I also do not like the fact that you have put Christ at the center of the set. If your project is about me, shouldn't it be my view there?
Yeah, well, I certainly would prefer Jesus over you, Nietzsche, although I probably would prefer Jesus over just about everybody I meet. Well, I mean, yeah, moving on, what do you think in those situations, what could I have done, like, differently, or to make them, like, better, you know?
Yes, well, I am no artist, so I suppose I can't offer more help with technique and design, and that last one I suppose cannot be helped. You are, after all, simply manifesting your own will to power in your work. However, with the second point, I think that perhaps presenting my own view as a little less grim than you have would have balanced it out a bit. Furthermore, there are critical issues with our modern and Christian worldview that you may want to look at to feed into your imagery.
Yeah, well, that's it. As much as I would love to push you on that point, Nietzsche, I'm afraid I am running out of time. Thank you for coming on once again, and yeah.
Yes, well, it wasn't exactly as though I had a choice.
Oh, by the way, since you've, like, died and everything, I'm curious, did that in any way, to put it lightly, challenge your atheism in any way?